McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget and a bunch of the Szechuan sauce, like as much as you're allowed to give me. In 1998, they had this promotion for the Disney film Mulan, where they created a new sauce for the McNuggets called Szechuan sauce, and it's delicious. And then they got rid of it, and now it's gone. This is the only place we're gonna be able to try it. It's in my memory.
Rick, you're doing this bit while your brain is melting. Welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them? A title fight is brewing. That's right, Eddie Murphy versus Jim Carrey this season. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is a woman worth fighting for, Joe Vekeman.
Oh, thanks.
And on the audio boards is Lev Van Rensselaer, reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And our sponsor this week is Jesus Wafers. Do you love the warm, cardboardy taste of the Eucharist, but don't want to go to church or don't believe in Jesus at all? Well, good news for you, because Jesus Wafers are hitting grocery stores near you. One bite and you'll be in heaven. All right, Joe, what movie are we doing this week?
We watched 1998's Disney's Mulan.
What happens in the movie?
What happens? Well, to save her father from death in the army, a young maiden secretly goes in his place and becomes one of China's greatest heroines in the process.
All right, and that's helped by the fact that there are just so few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this movie before?
I have, when I was like 8 or 9 when it came out. I haven't watched it since.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, I don't know why you would have.
Yeah, it was fun to watch now, knowing as much as I do about Chinese culture and history, as I've been learning Mandarin for the past several years.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We'll get into some of that stuff later, but having come back, did you get to watch this with your child, your children?
No, I watched it on my break at work last night, and then in the gym.
Your son wouldn't be into Mulan at all?
Julian is very particular. If it doesn't have cars in it, or if it doesn't have things that go vroom vroom, he's really not interested in much besides that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He likes this French song called Vroom 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 in a French accent. I'll have to show it to you sometime. I'm like, because I was going to go past it because it was in like the rest of the songs, but it's in like his Cars 2 soundtrack.
Ah, I see.
And we listened to that album and I'm like, he might want to skip the French one that has no English in it. And he's just like, no. Leave it. And like, so now when it plays, I'm like, vroom, vroom, vroom.
Baby car, vroom, 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 baby car.
I mean, kind of.
Yes. Well, as a dad, how would you feel watching this with your kids, having your kids check this out? Does your opinion of it change being a father?
No.
No.
I thought the movie was fine.
Yeah.
I guess I could show Ellie this movie. Maybe if she hasn't seen it already. This isn't one in the regular rotation. It's not like one of those Disney classics, I don't think. Even though this is like from like the Renaissance era.
The 90s, yes, I was thinking that. I'm like, I remember Pocahontas.
It's right after Hercules and it's right before Tarzan. And I'm like, that's when I was kind of dropping out because I discovered Adam Sandler. Because instead of seeing Tarzan that year, I saw Big Daddy. And I was like, nature called, look who answered.
Yeah, but Little Mermaid and Pocahontas and this movie and Hercules, they all feel in a similar, or even The Lion King, they all kind of feel in a very similar vein to it. Tarzan feels like an outlier, like it just. It is. And I did see that movie when it came out, and I did not like it. Classic me.
I can't imagine you wanting to see that.
I did not want to see that. My father wanted to see it and made me go. I don't know why. It didn't seem like it'd be his thing anyway. I went.
Maybe it was like a situation where, like I told you, where I tried to take Ellie to Lightyear because I'm like, it's a kid's movie. She'll want to go see it. And then we both were like, meh.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was very long ago. I went deep in the tank on this. I watched Mulan. I watched Mulan 2.
You psychopath.
Which I almost stopped because the dragon comes on and I go, oh shit, Eddie Murphy's in this. We're just going to watch this later. And then I'm like, why would he go to a straight-to-DVD thing? It wasn't him because of apparently a Shrek 2 contract. But like, Shrek 2 would not let him be in Mulan because they wanted to protect
he's already one sidekick for a main character.
Yeah, we can only have you be so many wisecracking animal sidekick characters at the same time. You can't do it.
I know.
Anyway, the guy they got to replace him sounds just like him. It was so crazy.
Is it Charlie?
No, it's apparently a guy that frequently does Eddie Murphy voices for lesser media.
I'm looking it up right now.
He's like the go-to replacement guy.
This is crazy. This is the guy that replaces... This is the guy that they replace.
Are you going to send me something or just...
He's just a white dude.
I almost turned it off because I thought it wasn't going to be a future Eddie Murphy movie. It sounded so close.
That's so scary.
It was crazy good.
He's helped out. You're right. He's like additional crew on I Spy, The Adventures of Pluto Nash, sound department for The Nutty Professor. This is what he's top known for.
It's just like anytime they need ADR, they just like bring him in.
I know. That's what. Hey, his last two credits are he's a radio announcer on the Perry Mason TV series that I think lasted one season.
Oh wait, there's a new one?
For it's
this is
dirty, like
one?
fucked up Perry Mason with like a drinking problem or whatever on HBO, and then he was the football announcer on The Connors.
Oh, hey, you've seen him then?
I haven't watched any of The Connors.
Okay.
I've seen clips.
I got you then.
It's not that bad though.
Just seemed like you were a Roseanne fan. I thought you might continue it post Roseanne.
Wow, he comes back for the non Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle. What a guy.
He's a little throwback. Maybe there's like maybe like Eddie Murphy, quote unquote Eddie Murphy, narrates it. Like that's how they make it feel like a sequel.
Uh-huh.
He's just like, well, here's another story I can tell you that was similar to me.
This is like adjacent crossover for this guy into a Jim Carrey property, but it's like the one it's Batman and Robin. He plays Mr. Freeze in the video game. It's just funny that,
He's just doing celebrity voices all around.
Yeah, we just talked about that one.
Yes, and then I also saw the live action Mulan. And here's my power rankings in Mulans. Regular Mulan, Mulan 2, live action Mulan. Very far down.
Yeah.
Bad, boring movie.
I heard nothing good about it.
No, I'm glad nobody liked it because it just... I was worried people, I don't know. Watching the movie, I'm like, did people like this? I gotta look this up because it has no personality.
The voice cast for Mulan 2, though, not only did they get back everybody but Eddie,
yeah,
they also added Lucy Liu and Sandra Oh.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the plot of the second...
That is a direct-to-DVD movie. Then they got two actual famous people for it.
The second one actually felt like a real movie. The only straight to DVD thing about it was like the stakes are really low. They're just like, it's really like a screwball comedy sort of thing. They're trying to transport the emperor's daughters to a northern nation to like do a political marriage thing, but then along the way the three daughters find that they want to follow their hearts instead of their duties and blah blah blah. Not a very Chinese moral because of Confucianism, but everybody kind of had a little arc and like they put effort into it, and like the main characters, they fell in love in the first movie, now they're having like an odd couple thing and they're like, oh no, do we actually get along super well? I was sort of surprised. Like it felt like more effort went into it than I would have expected from a straight to DVD sequel. So good for you, Mulan 2. You did better than I thought. And then Mulan, yeah, it was fine. It was a fine movie. It felt like it was over super quick. I'm like, oh, we're done? Oh, the Huns are defeated? Oh, we're over, are we? Okay.
You talking about the first one?
Yeah. Second one was too long. Oh, I'm sorry, not the second one. The Mulan 2 was... Oh, sorry, not Mulan. I just said not that one. The live-action Mulan.
The live-action Mulan.
Too long.
That is
too boring.
Major problem with all of their live-action properties.
Everything looks like a set. Like, uninterested.
And it wasn't even... that movie wasn't shot in COVID.
No, I know.
It was shot...
I'm like, you don't have that excuse, guys.
Yeah.
I know you didn't do that.
Ugh. And then they just dumped it in September during 2020.
Yeah, as much as I didn't like the aggressive sound effects of the cartoon, just give me the cartoon. I'll do it. It's fine. And even though the Mulan live action movie is kind of more historically accurate in some ways, it is also still ahistorically accurate in many ways, despite the effort. Perhaps all the white-sounding writers had something to do with it.
Okay, we gotta talk about it. There's so many white people in this movie.
Which movie? Live action or?
Mulan, the regular Mulan.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to come in and be the fun police here for a quick moment.
Fun police.
I love this.
And I just got to start with the biggest one. That at least that I'm glad the Mulan movie figured out. The Huns never invaded China. The Huns were nowhere near China. Huns are fucking around in the Roman Empire. They're not. Where did that even come from?
Oh God.
What is that about? My goodness. The Huns. And then they're like, oh, we defeated all the Huns. The Huns are done. We did a good work.
One avalanche.
We did it. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Drive me crazy. Oh, here's another big one. Dragons in China, they're water-based. There's no fire. That's a European dragon. It looks like a Chinese dragon, the long snake-like kind of thing, but they were meant to be like rivers. They were like the naiads of ancient Greek and Rome.
Naiads, wow.
Yeah, like every river had a naiad. Every body of water has a dragon. There are like stories where like there's this down on his luck dragon, and it's because like he's the dragon of a well. He's just like, all I got is this little shitty well. I got that's it. That's all. That's my territory. This fucking well. I got a circle. Dragons, water based, no fire, can't breathe fire. Sorry to blame you. The Emperor of China gets remarked as having built the Great Wall. Not this emperor. Not at this time. Didn't happen. In fact, to spoil more fun, it's very likely if Mulan did exist, which she didn't, but it's based off a poem. The poem was probably not describing a Chinese person. It was probably describing a northern Turkic tribesman type of person, which ironically is who the Huns, I think, were meant to be. Because in the Mulan movie, they call them the Rorans, and those were a Shanbei tribe up north. The Shanbei had a different tribe that were ruling the northern part of China at the time where this movie takes place. So, Mulan, probably not even Chinese. Her sword would not have been double-sided like it's in the movie. It would have had one single blade on one side of it because she was riding on a horse.
Well, they were trying to get ahead of the Phantom Menace.
No. In the Mulan, the one blade has two sides that are sharp, and there would only be one sharp side on the blade at the time. There's actually nothing illegal or dishonorable about a woman serving in the army. They just would not have done it, one, because they likely would not have learned any combat skills along the way, and two, the army's largely padded out with prisoners and convicts trying to commute their sentences. If there was a woman there, she'd probably dress up as a man, not to get anybody dishonored, but to not get raped. That is probably the real reason why you would dress up. They make a reference...
So brutal.
They make a reference to Mongolian barbecue in the movie. The Mongolians did not exist yet.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask if that felt racist also.
Yeah, whatever. They weren't there. It's not there. The end. They will be there in about 800 years. Maybe earlier than that, a couple centuries. But...
I have a fun police one.
Fun police.
What you got for us, Joe?
That's incredible.
He does the legwork, all right.
It's just like Disney to make the actual important part of them training for a 2-minute montage that's saying that you need to be like a man to be good in the army. Like, that song's like fine. I know a lot of people like it, but I'm just like, this sucks. And also, like, just like, you could structure the movie a little more like them trying to like be better, because they get it within like 30 seconds. Like, they all suck for like the whole time, and then all of a sudden when she's just like, it's late, I'm gonna climb this up, and now they're all perfect at everything, and I'm like, I get it's a kids movie, I get it, I know, this is why it's the fun police. but it's just like, it sucks.
I was
It all
fine with
sucks.
that one because like it did the all right. They're bad.
They were
all right.
terrible. They were like the worst misfits, and all of a sudden they're perfect.
Now
they're pitch
good.
perfect.
I'm like, I didn't need to spend a lot of time on that. It's fine, especially the pacing.
No
of the
one messes
movie.
up anymore.
The pacing of the movie is just so quick that like I don't want that to be
80
longer.
minutes long.
Fine, we're in or out. The training sequence in Mulan and live action, aggressively boring, not even interesting to look at. Basically the same problem. But because your movie's 2 hours, it feels like you could spend a little more time doing that.
I just want to also put this movie is longer than Walking Tall. We should have a tracker for the short movies that we do watch if it is longer than
Still
Walking
longer
Tall.
than Walking Tall. Yes, it's not 85 minutes, so it is longer than Walking Tall.
So when we get introduced to Mulan's like new little ragtag crew of like misfits, I was like, that short guy, he sure does sound like Harvey Firestein. But it can't be. This is a movie about Chinese people. And then I waited till the movie was over and I looked it up and I'm like, damn, that's Harvey Firestein. Who else would fucking sound like
I
that?
had no doubt it was going to be Harvey Firestein in my mind. That's just such a recognizable voice.
I will give some props though. They did get some Asian actors in there.
You got George Takei.
Yes.
You got James Hong, Pat Morita, B.D. Wong.
The lead actress is Ming-Na Wen. Well, I saw one more. But
you also got
the villain.
Miguel Ferrer.
Yes, that ruled when I found it out, but I was like, also like,
It's fine, whatever. He could be Turkish. I don't know.
sure.
That's the thing, like the Huns, they all came from the Caucasus region. They're closer to European than they are to Asian. I guess probably at this time there was some interbreeding, but like the thing is that when these northern tribes would conquer China, most of the time they just took on Chinese cultures and brides and stuff. Like that was the easiest way to maintain their rule. They would sinicize themselves. So that's why it feels like they're pretty similar. Like even when the Mongols took over, Kublai Khan's like, hey, guess what? We're Chinese now. Woo, we did it. We're the Yuan dynasty. Woohoo. And the rest of the Mongols were like, you little fucker. We don't do that. Miguel Ferrer, you got Donny Osmond.
Singing, yes.
Just singing, because I guess the guy they got couldn't sing very well. You got our friend Frank Welker that made, I imagine, any sound that a non-human creature made.
Let me tell you what, Mr. Frank.
I bet he's a horse. I bet he's that cricket thing that didn't need to be in the movie and was really annoying.
Frank Welker.
And then Mulan live action for some reason wanted to keep that tradition alive, and they're like, oh, here's a guy, and his name is Cricket.
You are absolutely right. He played Mulan's horse.
Yes.
And Mulan's cricket.
Yeah, oh, baby!
But we all know Frank Welker is known for all of his iconic voices. He's Megatron in the Transformers movie.
The old one, I presume you're...
Yes.
Yes.
The one from the 80s.
Just want to be clear.
He's the dog Max in The Little Mermaid.
There's a dog in that movie?
He's the eagle and the some kind of salamander thing in The Rescuers Down Under. It looks like he's Yoshi and the Goombas in the Super Mario Brothers movie, live action. He plays the lion roars, the mice, and the Lion King. In the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie, he plays reindeer. In Tommy Boy, he plays the deer.
Well, there you go. What would we do without this man? All these animals in Hollywood.
Oh my God. In the Independence Day movie, he plays... You want to guess?
The aliens?
He does. He plays the alien.
There you go.
In Godzilla, he plays Zilla.
Oh, the 1998 Godzilla. Yeah. Gross.
Oh, he plays Max, and we will be seeing him soon.
Okay.
Not really. We will be hearing him soon.
Oh, yes.
In the live-action Scooby-Doo movie, he's got creature vocal effects. What a character name, creature vocal effects.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. Wait a minute. We've already visited this man.
Yes.
He's our crossover friend, the Ant Bully.
I know. He pops up anytime we do a cartoon. He's ready to go.
Oh, shit. He came back for the Transformers movie. No, not the first one, and the Michael Bay one. He came back for Revenge of the Fallen, where he plays Soundwave, Devastator, Grinder, Reedman, and Ravage.
Sounds like a bunch of characters that had 1 or 2 lines.
Oh my god, he has crossed over to other... Oh, that's still Julia Roberts. He worked with Julia so much.
Julia did a few too many cartoons, I would say.
He did Mirror Mirror and the Smurfs too, right? Is that the one that she did?
No, she did Smurfs, the
Lost Village?
Yeah.
Well, he did that one too, don't worry.
Of course he did.
And then we all know, of course, he was a voice for Fred Jones and Scooby-Doo on the Scooby-Doo series.
Let's split up, gang.
In the 60s. Okay, that's enough, Frank Welker.
There was also somebody in the credits called Donnie Fullylove, and I just like that name. Don Fullylove.
Okay.
Don't know who he is, what he did. Just stuck out of my brain. Fullylove.
Let me tell you a couple things about Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about our main guy. What did you think of Eddie specifically in this movie?
Oh, he's fine. He's good. It's definitely a tryout for Donkey.
Yes. He's even got like similar donkey ears.
It's for the role of Mushu, Disney was aiming for top Hollywood talent in the vein of Robin Williams' performance as the genie, and they approached Eddie Murphy, who at first balked during recording in the Disney studios and has to record the voice in his basement at his Bubble Hill mansion in Englewood, New Jersey. He lives in New Jersey?
I guess to like have access to New York City would be my guess.
Okay.
When you got Eddie Murphy money, you can have an East Coast and West Coast house.
Yeah, of course. Especially Eddie Murphy money at this point. The money is just going to keep coming in the next decade. We know. We know how big Shrek got. Let's see. Mushu says at one point that he wanted to have an entourage. A persistent joke during Eddie Murphy's career was that he had a large entourage.
He's got the boys.
Bruce Willis was originally cast as Li Shang. Bruce Willis.
Who's it now? Some guy we've never heard of?
It's not Bruce Willis. What a choice for Bruce Willis to just come as Li Shang. Li Shang is that the general?
Yeah. No, the general's his father, I think.
I don't know. That's the only Lee I'm seeing. I don't know. I'm guessing because I don't see a...
So the movie did 2 okay things. They would refer to China as the Middle Kingdom every now and then, which is how the Chinese refer to it. That was a little nice little touch, and then the people were saying their last names first. Fa Mulan. In the live-action Mulan, it's Hua Mulan, but that's because I think they're going off of a different poem. There are many versions of this story written throughout the centuries of China, mostly in the later dynasties, but it's based off of a 6th century poem.
Harvey Fierstein was reluctant to voice a Chinese character due to strong feelings about giving more opportunities to Asian actors.
You know what? I props to Harvey Fierstein, because that was an opinion that wasn't cool to have then.
Especially in the 1998.
And he was ahead of his time by like 15 years, maybe 20. Good work.
Maybe 20. That's more like it.
Everybody else is on board now because it's fashionable, but like he was literally giving up work on a principle that just wasn't shared. Nobody thought it was a problem.
What the fuck was Okay, so, I mean, he had a pretty big 90s. He was in 2 of the highest grossing movies of that decade.
Death to Smoochie. No, that was 2001. Silly me.
Can you name the 2 Harvey Fierstein movies from the 90s that grossed a fuck ton of money?
No, probably not.
I mean, they're not Harvey Fierstein movies, but they're movies that
there are not Harvey Fierstein movies in the world. I agree.
They are movies that Harvey Fierstein appeared in. One, how do I describe this movie without giving it away? I experienced a similar way of life this past summer, and I described it as a similar way of life to you. That he appears in this movie. Nomadland. Yeah, no, I'm totally... Yeah. I was really roughing it like that.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Thank you, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I gotcha.
A movie that Frank Welker plays the voice in.
Well, that narrows it down to 600. That's pretty...
It's in the 90s, though. And we just talked about it.
We just talked about it?
Yeah, and Harvey Fierstein's in it.
Jeez.
Do you want me to start naming some random actors?
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch.
Independence Day.
There you go.
Okay. Look at that. I only needed one. I was ready to go.
I'm just trying to think of people that are not like Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Will Smith.
Yeah, but if you had said those, like, they're in so many movies. The door is open.
You could have been like the Fablemans?
Judd Hirsch, not in a lot of 90s films, so it sort of narrowed it down for me.
Okay. Good point.
Yeah. Moana 2, I'm sorry. So live action Mulan, she's like she's a Tai Chi master or just Chi. She has like magic powers or something. But she never uses magic like this witch in the movie does. She just has it and it makes her a better fighter. My problem with that is...
Wait, what witch? There's a witch?
There's a witch. Yeah, exactly. There's a witch. She's got magic powers.
In the live-action movie.
Live-action movie, there's a witch.
And they didn't want to put a dragon to make some humor in the movie.
Yep, no dragon.
Decisions were
no
made.
humor in the movie. Her love interest is not her boss, like in this movie, which is probably nice. No dragon. You get a phoenix. The phoenix confused me because...
You have a cricket?
No cricket, just that guy named Cricket.
Son of a bitch.
He's like, I call me Cricket because I'm lucky, blah, blah, blah. Guy named Cricket, no phoenix. The phoenix was weird, though, because the phoenix was a... Oh, yeah.
Fun police.
Yes.
Fuck.
Lev getting ahead of me. The phoenix in ancient China, while symbolizing women, whereas men were symbolized by dragons, the phoenix was like a symbol of peace. So that this phoenix is leading her through war, and it wasn't like I don't know. It seemed odd. The phoenix could be there like when war is over. Like, we did it. Peace has been restored, and then the phoenix can fly on in. That'd be okay. Also, they make reference to the... No, that was in the Mulan 2. In Mulan 2, they're like, you gotta make alliance with these people, marry my daughters to them, or the Mongols are gonna come. And I'm like, Mongols aren't there yet, buddy. Don't worry. Still got Shanbei to worry about. No Mongols at all. All right. What was I on? Oh, yeah. In the live-action movie, she like is martial arts master because she has magic powers. Like, right from the beginning. She's like 8 years old. She's got magic powers. And the father's like, well, you can't be showing off all your magic powers. And her arc of the movie is not to become a better, stronger warrior in the training montage. It's just to be okay using her magic powers in front of all the dudes, which the witch tells her to do as she's fighting her. Movie sucked. Movie was bad. Movie was not great.
You watched it.
Movie was bad. They're living in like a house structure that would not have existed in northern China, and also probably would not have existed for like another millennia. So, but it like looks pretty, so they went with that. Or it made it easy because it's like an enclosed village set.
You are
this like circular house.
First person to ever mention this movie past the release date of this coming out on Disney Plus.
Wasn't great.
It's wild that you gave this movie hasn't been logged on Letterboxd in like 5 years.
Mulan live action. 4 writers. Mulan, regular, 5 writers? You need 5 writers to make that movie? It's 80 minutes.
Well, 4 of those writers are for Eddie Murphy's jokes.
Yes.
I don't know.
And the ending, like, I wonder, having been on Grant and Dimitri's podcast, the Claudcast, about the film Elemental.
I will get on there. He texted me. I'll get on
I
there
wonder
soon.
if the Elemental people stole the ending of Mulan for their movie, because it's basically the same beat of like, listen, I know that X was important to me, but the real important thing to me is my daughter, of course. Whereas the daughter spent the whole movie thinking X was the most important thing.
I mean, that's like 70% of these like
all these Disney movies.
Right?
They all seem to have grandmas too. Grandmas seem to be ubiquitous in these things.
Speaking of some family members, let me tell you this little fact, 'cause I think this is crazy.
Yeah.
Mulan is the second Disney princess to have both parents alive and present during the entire film. The first being Aurora in Sleeping Beauty, 1959. And now there's the third being Rapunzel in Tangled in 2010, Merida being the fourth in Brave, 2012, and the fifth being Moana, 2016. That's only a new thing for Disney to be like, well, both the parents can be alive now.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a full family.
Oh my goodness, speaking of Mr. Paul Giramini, our man on the street.
On the street. I think there's something stuck on my feet. Life is great. I feel grand. I could eat a whole pound of ham. Hello, Mr. Sidewalk. How'd you get so long?
He sent me something.
What did he send you?
The Moana 2 script stolen from somebody?
Shit, what? This is news.
This is news to you too? Yes, apparently the Moana 2 is getting sued. Disney's being sued because the Moana script 2 is lifted largely from some other script by some dude. You didn't see this?
That movie sucked.
Yeah, that's what
And they stole
You
it?
stole what from a shitty script? Like you just assumed nobody was gonna know about
That
it.
movie was so atrocious, and I felt so bad that my son liked it. He has not talked about it once.
Wonderful.
Since like a week after he was really into the music, and then he's just back to Cars now. He's like, I'm good. Cars 1, 2, 3, baby.
Mr. Jeremini sent me this a couple days back from the Independent by Shahana Yasmin. Disney sued for $10 billion in Moana 2 copyright claim.
Because the movie made so much money already.
Yeah, Bucky Woodall claims there are clear overlaps between Moana 2 and his screenplay. An animator has sued Disney for allegedly copying his idea for the franchise Moana. Oh, the whole franchise.
Fuck.
From his decades-old screenplay without his consent. He filed a suit in California on Friday, which I imagine meant to 1/12, I believe was Friday. January 12th, 2025, for you future listeners.
Place is on fire, and he's just burn it all down.
Disney lifted many elements of a screenplay he had written for an animated film titled Bucky, which I guess is named after him. The original film, Moana, released in yeah, we know what Moana's about.
Yeah, 2016.
It grossed $680 million, blah, blah, streamed over 1 billion hours on Disney+. Most of it not being watched by anyone once the children lost interest and went to a different room. Moana
Is
2,
that your own editorial right there?
yeah, that's me. Moana 2 expected to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah. There are several other better looking movies that came out this year. I mean, I just
Movies
was
about
not
people
impressed.
traveling on water. Oh, you're about to watch one, Joe. I hope your boy likes it.
Wait, what you talking about?
That's what Flo. Talking about Flo.
Oh.
Traveling in a world of water.
Yeah, we're going to watch that this weekend. I'm so excited. It's only $5. That's it. Those movies, the new ones, are like $20 to rent. I was happy. We're going to see it this Saturday.
He had sued Disney last year, but a California court ruled in November that his filing had come too late. But because Moana 2 has come out, he now is allowed to sue again.
Wow.
The suit alleges a fraudulent enterprise that encompassed from theft, misappropriation, extensive exploitation of Woodall's copyrighted materials on part of Mandeville Films development director Jenny Marchick, who is now head at DreamWorks Animation. The suit states that Woodall gave Marchick a screenplay called Bucky in 2003 and was asked for more materials over the next couple years, including character designs, production plans, budget, and storyboards, and I guess Woodall gave them all to her. He delivered an extremely large quantity of intellectual properties and trade secrets for projects titled Bucky and Bucky the Wave Warrior, and was told by Marchick she would get the film greenlit. Disney's Moana was produced in the wake of Woodall's delivery to the defendants of virtually all constituent parts necessary for its development and production after more than 17 years of inspiration and work on his animated film project. It also points out alleged overlaps between Bucky and Moana 2. Oh, they got cocky, Disney. They deviated plot-wise enough, I guess, but in Moana 2, they're like, let's just fucking take it.
It's 2003. Disney is like, what do we do? All of our shit sucks. Like, all their animated movies have, dried up.
Yeah.
I guess they get a little bit hotter again with Pirates, but that's about their only big franchise in the early aughts.
Both are set in an ancient Polynesian village and follow teenagers who set out on a dangerous voyage to save their land and meet ancient spirits who manifest as animals on their journey. The suit specifically points out details like a rooster and a pig companion. And that's a little... The other ones were a little broad-ish. I know, obviously, we don't have a lot of Polynesian wave riding movies, but
yeah,
you could argue, listen, we're making a movie about Polynesia. They gotta ride waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, a rooster and a pig companion, meeting with the Kakamora warrior tribe, a whirlpool that leads to a portal.
Wow.
Moana and her crew are sucked into a perilous whirlpool like Oceanic Portal and another dramatic and unique device imagery found in the plaintiff's material that could not possibly have been developed by chance without malicious intent. Woodall claims he received copyright protection for his Bucky materials in 2004. The copyright was updated again in 2014, probably after he was all pissed off about not getting to sue in Moana.
Yeah, maybe it's not malicious. Maybe it's just pure ignorance on Disney's part.
Like, it's in the back of their head. They're like, oh, we've heard this.
Yeah, whatever.
He said that while Bucky never ended up in development and accused Marchick of using legal loopholes to pass on his materials to Disney. Woodall is seeking damages worth 2.5% of the gross revenue of Moana, which is about $10 billion. And because this is a British publication, they also give it in pounds as well.
Do you think this guy can buy Disney?
No, you can probably buy Paramount, though.
Fuck, that's so sad.
An order banning further infringements on his copyrights. The Independent has reached out to Disney Universal Pictures for comments, and Disney has claimed that nobody involved with Moana had seen any of his materials. Moana was not inspired or based in any way on Bucky or on the project, which I learned for the first time after the lawsuit was filed. Director Ron Clements said in a court declaration. Disney submitted documents to the court related to Moana, including story ideas researched, early screenplay drafts, and scripts, travel journals, to support the claim that Moana was developed independent of Bucky. Well, I hope Disney loses, but probably they won't, whether or not they actually stole it, because they got a lot of money.
So what's important? Is it the equity, the assets, the net income, or the operating income? Total equity is $105.522 billion. It's just they fucking sucked up so much fucking shit that it's just like, once you have that, you have it all.
Your sort of critical mass at some point, though, probably becomes hard to sustain. Or you just start selling it off to other things. Oh, David Zaslav, our favorite CEO in Hollywood.
Oh, of course, our favorite. Just
running a company that got itself into massive debt by acquiring Discovery, and now he's trying to sell Discovery.
It was a great buy, though. It was on sale
for $20 billion. They somehow ended up $40 billion in debt, and now he's trying to sell it for $20 billion, but nobody wants it for $20 billion because nobody wanted it then for $20 billion, and here we are.
What are we getting from Discovery if we purchase that? What are
You're getting cable channels that nobody watches because it's cable.
Yeah, I just don't.
You're getting reality
TV
TV show cable channels
on Discovery. What's their big show? What's their big asset?
Nothing.
We've really veered off.
Yeah, we're coming back. Oh, sorry, one last tangent. Let's do a little Drew watch.
Well, hold. I got a couple more Eddie things for you, really quick. Eddie Murphy recorded his dialogue during the breaks of Holy Man,
which I guess we're gonna watch soon. I'm presuming.
Yeah, we'll watch that very soon.
Okay.
It's recorded. He's like, yeah, I'll go in this box over here. He's talking on my phone.
His box in his house. He's in his basement.
Yeah, I know. And before Eddie Murphy was cast as Mushu, your most obvious comedic actor to play the funny sidekick, Joe Pesci, was originally cast as Mushu. Would you like it? I kind of want it. I want to see what it is.
I'm trying to be like, no, he wouldn't do what Eddie's doing, so don't try to compare that.
This is like what, Lethal Weapon 3 time?
Right, because obviously Robin Williams made the genie his thing.
Yes.
Was sort of making up a lot of his stuff as he went. I bet the same thing happened with Eddie. So Mushu would just be a very different character if they got Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci would do something with it.
Would it be kind of like a Danny DeVito and Hercules?
Yeah, similar kind of just
a lot of short, pent up anger energy.
Yeah, just a lot of oh, Mulan, I'm a joke to you, huh? That's what you think? Oh, ancestors, I'm just a big clown. I'm here to bang your gong, huh?
Oh God, this is actually in the trivia fact for this movie. Let's see if you remember this incident in 2017.
Yeah.
To promote the movie, McDonald's released a new item on their menu called Szechuan sauce for a limited time.
We know this from Rick and Morty, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Following a large demand from fans that even spawned a petition, McDonald's conceded and announced to make the sauce available for one day only on October 7th, 2017. However, roughly 20 packs of the sauce were available in selected restaurants, which couldn't meet the extremely high demand. On February 22nd, 2018, McDonald's announced that the sauce will be brought back again, this time with a larger quantity and a longer period of time. But there was a meltdown in this country for that fucking sauce. It was insane because of a Rick and Morty meme that went out.
I get a little worried that they only this such a small distribution for such a limited time. It makes me think they were go back in the warehouse and see what's still lingering from 1998. We'll just throw that out places. They didn't want to do it when the live action Mulan came out. That would have been a perfect time.
Yeah, but I think because everybody was stuck in their houses, nobody really wanted
to go get fast food. That's a perfect time to go get fast food.
No, I'm not saying fast food. I'm just saying nobody really wanted to do anything fun.
Yeah. They all just wanted to beat each other up over toilet paper at Target.
That was March and April, I would say. And guess what? I was smart and prepared and had like all of that like way before it even mattered.
Because you're a doomsday prepper.
No, I had a friend or a coworker, not a friend. Sorry, not demoting people. And a coworker that said in December of 2019 that he had a feeling that things were going to get really bad soon. So he came to work wearing a mask. And I'm like, what the fuck do you know that we don't know? Listen to a lot of like talk radio or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, oddly worked out. Good for them.
Okay, you were going to say some Drew Watch?
Moon over Parma, bring my love to me tonight. Guide her to East Lake.
Yeah, so we got more Drew Watch. How did the music copyright infringing go at the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, you ask? Well, I was really worried because the season finale of Drew Carey season 2 has a big mashup sequence, musical mashup dance number with a song from Rocky Horror Picture Show and from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Basically, your whole third act. Big set piece you go out on. I'm like, how are they going to do that? Well, Joe, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
They just ponied up the cash for it because all that was still there.
Wow.
Good for them.
That's nice.
I wonder if it was like plot essential or whatever. Like they got rid of a lot when they got rid of that Little Richard song in the Drew Stock episode, but I guess you could cut there and be fine. There's a whole, they get back and there's like a whole, now they're like, well, our trip to New York has failed. What else can we do? And you'd have to basically cut out a whole third act or whatever instead of just 4 minutes of it. So good for them. They did that. Then, of course, there's the episode where Drew Carey wins the Batmobile. In that episode, he plays Batman music from the newer movies at the time, the 90s.
Oh, so we're talking like Danny Elfman stuff?
I think it might have been... They make a Batman Forever joke, but Batman Forever must have just come out or was about to come out. I'm presuming that's why the episode was made.
Okay.
To market that. So I think it's from one of those later 2 movies. But it sounds like they used the same music. Maybe that's just easier to license.
Elliot Goldenthal did the score for Batman Forever.
So they kept that one in 2. They even have an episode where they have like a battle of the bands, and they kept most of the music in there, which is helpful because the lead female actress actually sings it poorly. That's the joke. But I was like, are they gonna like overdub that now? That would be really tough. But that episode ends. The band they're playing against is actually a real band in the real world, in the world of the show. It's just sort of a local band by some blue-collar guys. But that real band plays a song at the end of the show as part of the tag. It's just like, hey, let's listen to one of their real songs because they're really good, Drew Carey says. But that's just cut. It's just sort of credits over black now that they did, so that one made sense. That wasn't necessary to keep. Then there's also an episode where they do like a full Monty kind of thing because that movie had come out recently. So like they're trying to raise money for cash and they do a full Monty dance routines and stuff. And those songs are changed. And that's awkward because it's a full Monty dance routine. It's choreographed to the song itself. And you just replaced it with something else and nothing lines up and it's really annoying.
Have you seen the full Monty?
Yeah, I saw the full Monty.
I've never seen it.
Shortly after I started college, many years ago at this point. I don't know why. Maybe it was like an early film on Netflix or something when Netflix started streaming for the first time.
It was kind of a phenomenon when it came out.
That movie made an insane amount of money.
Do you want to know?
Yes, let's remind everybody. Because that was an independent film, everybody. Like, the 90s was a great time for independent films. This was a big one from the UK. One of the guys went on to star in the very forgettable show Still Standing that was on for 4 years.
Wow, what a weird cast. Robert Carlyle, Tom Wilkinson, Mark Addy. This movie was made on a $3.5 million budget, and it made $257.9 million. Holy shit.
You hearing that? You hearing that, Hollywood? It can be done. You can make a lot of money on not a lot. You don't have to spend so much money. Joe, I was at the movies last night, obviously, as I told you in the pre-show.
Yeah.
I saw the same trailer 3 times. Now, let me explain. It wasn't the same movie 3 times, but it might as well have been. Who's the guy? Who's the Everything Everywhere All at Once guy?
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Kiwi Kwan.
Yeah. So his movie where he's like action guy doing action stuff to save this girl. Then there was Rami Malek movie where he's doing action stuff.
Oh, fuck.
To get revenge on a girl.
Yeah.
And then there was some movie where a guy can't feel pain and he's now action guy to go save a girl. back to back to back. I'm like, you just did the same movie 3 times.
Well, you know what it is, right?
What?
It's just the John Wick thing. They're
yes.
all doing John Wick.
We've all been John Wicked. Here it is.
That's all that. That's the new action movie. It's just John Wick. Like it's like the Die Hard thing. Now you just put the John Wick little placemat on it, and you just change a couple of things, and you got your movie.
So fucking boring. So you know what? It was nice when I saw Mulan 2, and there wasn't like a big action set piece climax. It just was like comedy of errors films. The end.
And that was the first time that sentence has ever been said. And it was nice when I saw
I'm standing
Mulan
up
2.
for Mulan 2. Standing up for it. I don't like Disney. Mulan was fine. I got no beef with Mulan. Eddie Murphy, fine. And probably would have been a more celebrated role had Donkey not come out like a year later. Right? Shrek's 99.
2001.
2001, yeah. So like it's been eclipsed. It's too much. You can't beat Donkey.
You can't beat Donkey, and you know what? You can't beat a $90 million budget, and it makes $304 million worldwide.
Mulan cost $90 million.
It's definitely because actors called Eddie Murphy. It's definitely because there is new CGI like animation in it that you can clearly tell. Like that whole avalanche scene.
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of anime. Like I don't know. It looks weird.
Yeah.
It's and I didn't like the animation in the movie at all. Really, I just I don't know. Later Disney Renaissance, it really like I get pulled out like that Tarzan, Hercules, like Mulan.
Tarzan feels extremely different, but Hercules made sense. You were doing a Greco-Roman Amphora art style. This one, you're doing kind of this Chinese art style. Like I got no beef with it. Tarzan, I don't know why. I really don't like Tarzan at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like movies from that era. Maybe they're trying a new technology or something, or a new art style.
Wait a minute.
Or like a mocap-ish sort of thing. It's going for like hyper-realism.
Oh, no.
Despite having Rosie O'Donnell voice a gorilla.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay, well, we're getting along here. You got any last looks?
Well, I just want to read you Roger's review.
Oh, of course.
Really quick.
Let's do Roger.
Roger.
Roger Ebert, reviewing for the Chicago Sun-Times, gave Mulan 3.5 stars out of 4. He said that Mulan is an impressive achievement with a story and treatment raking with Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. Wow, high praise from Roger. I don't agree with him, but it's okay. I thought this movie was fine. And this is definitely like second or third tier Disney for me. And I know you don't really care about Disney.
Yeah, I don't have any reason to rank them. They all feel basically the same to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This has never been one of my favorites. I watched it when I was a kid. What? Gene Siskel?
Wow.
Yeah, also, like, this is like his last year, right?
Yeah, 98? I think so. It's close.
Gene Siskel described the film as a big disappointment when compared with the studio's other recent films about a female hero searching for independence. He was further critical of Mulan's characterization in comparison to Ariel and Belle. And Ariel, come on.
Are either of those characters looking for independence? It didn't seem like
Ariel
it.
just wants to, like, kiss a boy.
Yeah, she wants to kiss a boy.
And have legs.
Belle wants to kiss a pretty boy. At least in this movie, the love interest is actually extremely secondary.
And claim the design of the film does not take advantage of the inspiration provided by classic Chinese artists, and the songs are not memorable. I agree. Not my favorite. It was nominated for Best Original Musical or Comedy Score at the Academy Awards. We don't do that anymore, do we?
No, we do not.
Should we? Should we go back to a comedy score?
No.
We have so many great comedies coming out nowadays.
Nope, we definitely shouldn't. I thought you were going to end that sentence with Golden Globes instead of Academy Awards. I'm fine the Academy Awards isn't doing it. Pare that down. That doesn't need to be 4 hours.
Yeah, I know. My last looks are, Eddie, I think you found a new avenue of revenue. This is going to be his new bread and butter. Family entertainment for one, and also
that he can do in his basement.
Calling into work. Hey, how'd you record Donkey Forever Donkey Forever After, Shrek Forever After?
Yeah, Joe knows the real star of the Shrek movies.
Yeah, it was all recorded on his iPhone, right? I'm sure.
I'll be interested to learn when we get to the Shrek episode
in Shreks.
how much this movie was in the minds of producers when they were trying to figure out how to cast that role.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much Shrek talk. We have Shrek talk out the ass.
Yeah, we'll get there in apparently 3 years.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Three.
not in real time.
Movie
3 years.
Not our 3
3
years.
movie
No.
years.
Why does Eddie Murphy do this movie?
Yeah. Why does he do it?
I'm interested to know, like, if Eddie Murphy hadn't found this like mid '90s Renaissance thing where he started to do not the Dr. Dolittle hasn't come out yet, but the
Nutty Professor.
He's starting to lean more on these comedies. Like, would he have been thought of for this role? Like, he just had that big hit movie. He's back to his comedy game. He's moving away from the action stuff. This is kind of Eddie when we think of comedy Eddie, this type of Mushu role, this fast-talking guy, sort of jumping back and forth on all these ideas, being sassy, cheeky. Makes sense to me.
Being the animated guy's best friend.
It's a quick, easy way to make some bucks. He's beginning to move into the family comedy anyway, and his kids are young. It just makes total sense why he would do this movie. There's no real drawbacks to it.
Good work. If you can get it, right?
Let's thank Lev Van Rensselaer, the audio maven, who's keeping the sound so slippery smooth. Let's thank our sponsors, Jesus Wafers,
Jesus Wafers.
now in Old Testament flavor. And I'd like to thank my co-host, Joe Vekeman, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And I am your host, Patrick Scale. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at quixoticunited.com and social media, presumably with a similar sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
How you doing? Is your state on fire?
No, I'm sorry.
No?
Yours is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, my area is okay. They are everywhere, so
They haven't gone out yet?
no. No, in fact, Monday night, just some of them got even worse. So
Oh, God damn it.
now the conspiracy theories are starting to come out about how.
Well, I've seen some arsony like things. Like people are saying it's arsony.
Yep, there's some of those. And there's, I don't know, everybody's blaming everybody. But I think the funniest one I heard was somebody blamed it on like it was a big conspiracy to cover up P. Diddy's crimes.
Wow.
Somehow. In
Burn
some
it down
manner.
then, right?
It was just meant to be a big distraction. Cover up any evidence of his wrongdoings. Not sure how we got there, how he was in anyone's wavelengths for the time being, but
Well, I don't know if that's the reason why many people.
many people.
It's a lot. I saw that, this morning Biden was like, we're going to send out $772 of relief funds to each family. And I'm like,
Problem
That's not
solved.
gonna cover anything.
Thanks, Biden. We did it.
Thank you.
Mission accomplished. Put a big banner up behind him. He's on a big boat. It's great.
No.
It's all right. The mayor of LA's not even around, so it's fine. She's off in Ghana doing something to move her political career up, I'm guessing.
What a miserable world we live in. The end of the tour, which I just watched. Great movie. 10 years. Other movies that turned 10 this year that we saw that summer. I'll See You in My Dreams. What a great movie.
Dope.
Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, the other Paul Giamatti record movie.
Love and Mercy.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Did you hear my legs crack?
Yeah, we've all been there, man. We're old.
Oh, you're looking through?
Take a look. Yeah, Love and Mercy. Oh, Jurassic World 3D. Oh, no.
The Meddler with Susan Sarandon. She's trying to hook up with J.K. Simmons.
I don't think I saw that one with you. Here's I See You With Your Dreams. Inside Out. When Marnie was there. Dope. Me, Earl the Giant Girl. Infinitely Polar Bear. Not Infinity Polar Bear like I thought. Joe. The best one of the summer. The Vatican tapes. How could I forget?
Enough.
Oh, Joe, The Tribe. Wow.
The Tribe. Great times.
Excellent. Yeah.
Saw that with 15 other people at the Brattle.
The Overnight.
The Overnight. Weird movie.
Tangerine was that year. 100-Year-Old Man. Oh, Phoenix. A movie I guess I have to go back to visit.
Hey, We definitely have to. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it was Phoenix, the end of the tour, and Alleluia. Those were our 3 movies in a row.
That is an insane day.
It's the Irrational Man. That was that Woody Allen thing. Straight Outta Compton, yeah. Oh, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Sorry about that one.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I did try to put that on the other night. Fell asleep at the same point I always fall asleep at.
Diary of
The Teenage Girl?
Yeah, that's my guess.
That's good.
Mistress America by future Academy Award nominated director. Was she nominated at all?
Greta Gerwig?
Yeah,
She was nominated, I believe.
Okay, yeah. And that gets us to September.
Hey, speaking of movies that you probably saw in theaters that I had to watch on demand, Flow just came on demand. It's not playing anywhere near me.
Real quick, because I was thinking about it with Tangerine. I saw Last Show Girl.
A Gia Coppola movie.
Yeah, thanks, Nepo Babies. But I actually liked it a lot. And it was kind of in this movie, I'm like, oh, I think I know why I was a little less, because this felt like classic Sean Baker, who gets a thanks in the credits too, by the way. So clearly the influence was strong. But it was like, I guess, all these little moments of like his other films, you know, the Willem Dafoe shooing away big birds, or the Tangerine lady like singing a song. So like these just quiet little moments. I just think in Anora, there was too much focus on the plot or these big set pieces as I've been thinking about them in my head. The action of the film as opposed to the characters of the film.
That ending is devastating.
Ending's great, and it certainly saves the film. But there's that. I'm trying to think, why did I get bored in this movie when I've really been into all the other stuff? And it's just like,
I think
that's
the last
why.
like 30 minutes of that movie is perfect, where you just have the conversation that's like barely a conversation in like the hotel room with Anora and the Russian kid.
Yeah.
Like not the kid, but like he's like the bodyguard guy.
Yeah. I don't know how far back I go to delineate that, but there's a lot of movie in there where I just was like just wasn't as invested as I normally am in these. And I go, oh, I did, because as I'm watching Last Showgirl, I go, oh, these are the moments that are missing throughout Anora, or like he just kind of got lost along the way. Well, and then I'm a little annoyed. I'm like, well, why is this one then the movie that's done the best for him? Has he built up momentum? Because that'd be fine. But is it just because like maybe people want a plot movie more than a character movie? I don't know.
This movie was being sold as like Pretty Woman meets Uncut Gems.
Oh, you just think the high conceptness of it was helpful?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's fine then. Well, I guess not, because the high conceptness of it is because of the plot. Well, it could be a marketing. I don't know. All right, we've talked a lot about not Mulan. We'll get to Mulan, let you get back to your day.
I love Anora. I don't know if it's my favorite of the year, but I really loved it.
I mean, I think it will probably end up in my top 10 whenever we get to that around the Oscars.
Yeah.
But, still movies to come out. So, but that was just what a realization I had, and it was kind of nice to see them so close together. Because I've been thinking about Anora and The Substance and this Last Showgirl kind of together at the same time, all the things and what was nice about The Last Showgirl, too, is that Demi Moore looks extremely attractive still looks like movie star lady, and the whole thing is like, yeah, but she's old, so nobody wants her. And I go, why not?
Wait, hold up. Last Showgirl is Pamela Anderson. Looking old, and it's... So did you mean The Substance?
Yeah, what did I say?
This is Last Showgirl.
Oh, yeah, yes. Demi Moore, very attractive. Pamela Anderson, okay, looking old.
Well, she doesn't wear the makeup anymore.
Doesn't wear
That's
the
her whole
makeup, face, just, she, like, if she was in a grocery store, I'd be like, oh, yeah, old lady. Like, I would not guess.
I think you would be like, wow, that older lady is pretty radiant right now. What is going on with her? She might be older, but there's something definitely like striking about her.
So that was all. Those three. It sort of combined the pieces I liked about both movies into one.
Have you seen any other Gia Coppola movies?
Probably.
I'm kind of a fan.
Don't know by name.
She made this movie called Mainstream that stars...
I don't know that one.
Andrew Garfield.
Well, maybe I do know that one, but I didn't see it.
Give me 1 second. I don't want to get it wrong because I like both these actresses, but I want to make sure. I think it's Maya Hawke. Am I crazy?
I have no idea.
It is Maya Hawke. Wow. I like this movie. I saw this a long time ago. This is Andrew Garfield, Maya Hawke, Nat Wolff, and Jason Schwartzman, and Johnny Knoxville. Weird cast. And then she made a movie called Palo Alto.
that the one with the guy I don't like? James Franco?
James Franco, Emma Roberts, Jack Kilmer, Nat Wolff, Val Kilmer, Margaret Qualley, Christmas scene. I saw this like in LA when I went there the first time.
Huh. I guess I thought James Franco was the one who directed that.
He wrote it.
Okay.
It was like, or at least based off one of his books. I don't know if he wrote the screenplay, but I also liked that movie a lot. And so now I'm excited to see her new movie.
Perhaps someday it will come out near you. Who knows?
No, it won't. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a lot of these things to show up now because I finally am getting my tickets for Brutalist. I got that the other day. That's happening on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I have to see Nickel Boys afterwards. But it's like the way this was programmed at Framingham is like a nightmare. But just for me. For you, it's like perfect because I'm going from the 12 p.m. screening of The Brutalist. It's a 3-hour, 35-minute runtime because of the 15-minute intermission. Plus the 25 to 30 minutes of AMC previews.
I would show up at like 12:20. You'll be fine.
Well, I mean, that's that. I'm going to probably sit down and get my food because I'm going to be going.
They'll bring the food to you there, Joe.
That's why I want to make sure I'm seated so they can bring it to me, because last time they waited about a half hour to 40 minutes before, like after the movie had started, not the previews. The movie was well into its runtime, and I finally got my little chicken sandwich, and I was like, I can't see anything. It's fucking pitch black in here.
Yeah, that happened during my Wicked viewing there.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I want to eat it when like the previews are happening, and that way I can digest the meal and watch the movie and enjoy it. I don't want to eat the food while I'm watching the movie. That's crazy. Let's like popcorn or something. I don't want to be able to look at it. Anyways, and then I felt bad for the guy next to me because he sat right next to me, and like out of all the seats, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be eating. It's gonna be really smelly. So ha.
I might have just moved. Once the movie got going and I saw like I had plenty of room, I would have just like moved over 5 seats or whatever.
I couldn't move until my food got brought to me because they were bringing it to that seat.
Yeah,
See?
You're right.
That's the bad thing. But the Nickel Boys screening starts at 3:30, but my Brutalist screening technically won't be over till like 3:50. I think I'll be fine.
You'll just miss the credits of The Brutalist. You just fucking run over to the other theater as soon as those credits pop up. You'll be okay.
I think I'll be fine because of all the previews for the Nickel Boys before it. I'll be fine.
Well, no, because you have to think about like start time, right? So your movie's starting basically 5 minutes before the end of the other runtime. Doesn't matter how many previews are beforehand, right? That they're both theoretically having the same amount in front of them.
That's true.
So it's just that's why you got to skip those credits because there's probably at least 5 minutes of credits in that movie if it's 3.5 hours long. Just a lot of people would need to put that together.
Speaking of credits, let's get into our movie, because when I saw the runtime for our movie today, I was like, oh shit, why is this so long? And then I was pleasantly surprised before it was over.
Well, that's because there's like Disney added 10 minutes of its international credits to it.
14 minutes and 41 seconds. I timed it.
Good work. Good work, Disney. All right, I'm drinking this water.
I do the research.
I'm drinking this water and then we'll go.